Okay, lesson 71. Only God's plan for salvation will work. Wow. Today the lesson hit me. Just powerfully. And so this is Justine's appearance. That's what we're doing now. She fell back asleep. Perfect. But for those of you who miss her, she's rocking it. So, wow. I think today, because I had quiet during my practice period and I prioritized it, it was such a gift to spend the longer practice period, and we're asked to do 2 today. So it said realizing that the lesson contains 2 parts. So God's plan for salvation, only God's plan for salvation will work. So that being one component, and the second being no other plan will work, is the inherent thought contained in that sentence. So as we spent the first beginning of the practice period, I'm just trying to find it. It's funny, I have the 2 different books. So I did the practicing with the purple book, and now I'm trying to find my spot with the blue book. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's funny. It feels like it's different. Okay. Well, it said, do not allow yourself to become depressed or angry. And as I let this lesson sink in, what I got in my mind, how I can hold it, is like, I will not, salvation and happiness, that those as synonymous, that's working for me because that's what I believe, that's how I can work with this in my mind. So only God's plan for happiness will work. And what keeps coming to me is that phrase, spirit accepts and the ego analyzes. And very interestingly, right before doing the lesson, I found a thread on Facebook about the coronavirus, and I have felt so unaffected by the conversation because I'm not really getting involved in it. And yet I kind of got involved in it for a second, and I find that my way of being is like to kind of deny it or avoid it, but that hasn't been loving in all cases. Like my husband was saying something to me like, it's really hard not to touch your face. And I was like, honey, what are you doing? How much are you reading about this? Like, don't you know everything already? And then he was like, geez, well, do your own thing. I'll do my thing. Just basically because he felt rejected. So I thought, okay, only God's plan for salvation works. Spirit accepts, the ego analyzes, defends, judges, attacks. Just learning how to accept what he's saying to me, just learning how to accept how the world is doing something, seeing something. And only God's plan for salvation will work. Only being in your spirit nature will you be happy. And all your other attempts at happiness will not work. And so when we were to ask God, what would you have me do? So in the practicing, ask these questions and see what comes. And the first thing I got, what would you have me do? It was like, soften, relax. And Justine has been seemingly more defiant, and we have been doing this potty training journey. And this week, she has just seemed to be like, I don't want to do it. I want to do everything in my diaper. And I'm like, what? And so when I was asking that question, what would you have me do? It was like soften, relax. And since I'm home so much, I just saw myself in my home with a soft energy. I literally got this image of me going through the rooms in the house like with a spray bottle of joy, and to be joy and infuse joy and soften and relax. That's the major, like, that's what I heard loud first, which is often ego. But it just was so clear that soften your way of being, relax your way of being, stop pushing your agenda. And I kind of got, because then I was like exploring in my mind, like, well, what would you have me do about Justine and potty training? And it was like, more like have a conversation with her, respect her, treat her with respect. I kind of shove her on the potty and I try to be like, relax, relax. Would you like to? But what I got was to be more in communication with her and really my whole family and really the whole present moment. And where would you have me go? And actually I got to that limitless energy field that I experienced in lesson 67, Love Created Me Like Itself. That feeling tone of purity, magnificence. It's a feeling tone, and I kind of got this image of vastness. And I got this image of like the heavenly realm kind of, and to join with the heavenly realm. And so what is coming to me is just that my priority is that my being is relaxed and soft, and it's somehow seated at the right hand of God or something, like, instead of this agenda, do this, get this done. And it's been very interesting because my husband is kind of someone who's, he can spend a lot of time on his phone, and I don't know, he does all kinds of things. I don't know. And I have somehow judged that, but what I see at times, I have an agenda of things to do, which is no different than his head looking at a screen, than it's me having sort of my being is so focused on this task, that task. Like, I'm not open, awake to what's possible. So he's coming here into the door, my husband. So I just feel so encouraged with this lesson that as I join with spirit, that's the only way I'll find happiness. I'm going to cut myself short because I'm going to be interrupted. But I just want to give thanks for this lesson. I feel so at peace right now. I feel so encouraged. So keep it up. We're rocking this. Love you guys.